All right, we are inside the beautiful Brand Star Studios here. Israel Gutierrez in studio. Taylor is here. We have Jess on Zoom. We have Mikey A on Zoom. And we were discussing right before we started here, because we already recorded God Bless Football, and Taylor asked, he asked Billy Gill for recommendations on his trip to Chicago. And it dawned on me as I saw Jess this morning, why did you not ask Jess where to go in Chicago? She has spent many, many years there. She knows all the places to go. Why did you ask Billy and not Jess?
Yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have.
And Jess, what were the recommendations you would have given Taylor if he asked you, hey,
Billy's?
Where do I go in Chicago? Billy's was a 3-story Starbucks.
And a Nutella cafe.
And a Nutella cafe. And then he went on to rip the 3-story Starbucks. Okay, so.
That's a great question, Stugotz. So full disclosure, I've never lived in the city as an adult because I moved to New York right after college. So my recommendations are fairly basic and a little touristy, but I think that's exactly what Taylor was looking for. So I would have told him go to Girl and the Goat and Au Cheval and all the places that, he probably ended up going to anyways. But I did end up meeting up with Taylor Friday morning before we went to the Cubs game together. We went to a really good restaurant in Lakeview, got a little lunch, but he didn't eat anything.
I'm going tomorrow.
He just got a coffee. Crosby's Kitchen, I believe. I got a great burger there.
Really? Why are you going to Chicago?
Flag football tournament.
Really?
And it's my birthday weekend.
Really?
It's a big thing. We do it almost
and
every year.
Isn't it Pride also this weekend in Chicago?
Their Pride,
it's
although I stay away from that. That is a messy situation over there. Everybody that wants to go ahead. If you love parades, you love a lot of people, go for it.
It's a big parade.
That is a messy situation over there.
Mikey, you're making a face. What's going on there?
I'm just wondering how come Jess hasn't given a recommendation on a certain Starbucks or something that somebody could go to like Billy did, because that seems to be how you recommend. You recommend a certain Starbucks, a certain McDonald's to go to.
Right, because she
Jess
knows
is giving
Chicago.
all these places that a local might go to and enjoy, not, a national chain.
Oh, so you're defending Billy, huh? It takes Billy 25 minutes to deliver. Go to a Starbucks.
I'm mocking Billy is what I'm doing. I'm mocking Billy for saying Starbucks.
Right. Okay.
Jess, do you know what Starbucks Billy was talking about?
Is it the Reserve, the Starbucks Reserve on Michigan Avenue?
Yeah.
I mean, they have those in every big city now.
What's the big deal about them? Like, do they serve alcohol? Do they give you a little Irish coffee?
I think they do serve alcohol at them, but I don't know. Apparently, they have like more coffee options. They have like their own roaster in house. But to me, I don't drink Starbucks. I don't think their coffee is very good, so I would avoid the giant Starbucks personally.
Jess, I walked in and Janelle was like, "Why are we here?"
Who, you went?
Yes. So we went. What? Janelle was like, "Why are we here?" And I look at her and I go, "Billy recommended." The lady at the front goes, "Hey, you have to go up 2 stores to order." We go up 2 stores. The line is wrapped around the corner.
Right.
And we gave up on it
Really?
almost immediately.
You took Billy's recommendations?
Unbelievable.
How was the Nutella shop?
I didn't go to the Nutella cafe.
You didn't?
No.
You drew the line right there after Starbucks.
Yes.
I mean, it's Starbucks. Why would you do that? Your poor girlfriend.
She was very confused.
As she should be.
I was trying to explain to her. I was like,
Tell her this is all you have for me, a Starbucks, 3 stories. Billy was saying
It was her first time ever in Chicago,
Right?
Stugotz,
Okay.
and she's following around this idiot to Starbucks.
Right. Yes. Billy was actually saying they need to build a Starbucks inside the 3-story Starbucks because he couldn't get coffee.
You need a coffee to stand in line for the other coffee.
That's a good idea.
There's a bunch of NBA news, and we'll get to it in a second. Taylor has a game coming up. But, Jess, you were at the Golic golf tournament over the weekend, right?
I sure was.
How was
Jealous?
it? Yeah. One of these days I'll be able to tell you for myself, but I don't know.
The highlight every year is they have the best merch. Like, they give all of the people that play in the tournament the best everything. I mean, I got like a Golic embroidered, like they have their own logo, the Golic family. I don't know if you know this, Stugotz. It's like a little clover with a G in it, but you got like a Golic branded Yeti flask. I got like more stuff for my golf bag. I got balls. I got a Play Like a Champion Today towel. I mean, just so much stuff. And a brand new, beautiful backpack with all this clothes, Johnny O, golf vest, t-shirt, all this stuff. And like, I'm trying to pack it into my carry-on my way back from Chicago. And I'm sitting on the suitcase, like jamming this stuff in because it's just like a tremendous amount of stuff. They raise a lot of money for local charities in the South Bend area, and they get a lot of sponsors to come on and like, donate different things. But man, I just love the stuff. If I got to be honest, the golf is fine, but I love the stuff.
I was going to say, you're obviously a celebrity in this event. So how does that go in terms of like the leeway you get for bad golf? Can you just do whatever and be like, it doesn't matter, I'm just a celebrity?
I mean, it's a scramble. So I like to tell my group every year, like, I'm the vibes guy. I'll bring you a little bit of a short game, but I'm not going to outdrive this year we had a guy in our group. I've known him for a long time, but he pitched MLB baseball for a while. Wow. He's still playing overseas right now, but he's got an insane, and he was driving the ball like 300 yards. I'm like, even from the front tees, I can't compete with that. Like, that's insane. He's getting us on the green every single hole, but maybe I'll help out with a chip shot or a putt. I played atrocious golf, but we had a fun group. We had a good time. It was me. I was playing with another guy who's a big Le Batard show fan. So I was just, we were gossiping about you, Stugotz, the whole time. And I think I adequately brought the vibes, and I made like maybe 2 putts. So we'll take it.
But you made a contribution. That's what a scramble is all about, right? I mean, you won a couple of holes for your team.
Absolutely. And I always feel like, a little self-conscious because I'm like, people donate a lot of money to play in this event. They want to play with Brady Quinn. They want to play with Julian Love. They want to play with, all these like heavy hitters. And like some people get stuck with me. But this year, the people that got stuck with me are people that apparently like me. So
they wanted to be with you, Jess. Yes. They wanted the gossip.
Brady Quinn. I can't
they really wanted the gossip.
Well, hold on. I'm interested in the gossip that you gave them. Did you give them any? I mean...
I can't say. What happens on the golf course stays on the golf course, Stugotz. You know that.
Well played. How do we feel about a Golic family logo? I mean, a little weird.
We got to find it. It's over here somewhere. I mean, I have so much Golic family stuff in my apartment now.
I know, but Mikey, Mikey knows the Golics very, very well. You made a face. Were you aware that he had a family logo?
Of course, I was producing their family podcast for a while, and I was on the outside of this whole Golic family golf outing to the point where I got a phone call or a text message from a woman who said she's running it and she wanted my address because anything left over they would be willing to send me, but they wouldn't give me anything.
Right.
But if there was stuff left over, I was on the short list to get some of that stuff, and I have still yet to receive a package. Just so
there's never anything left over.
No, I can't imagine hearing what you got. I'm like, are you kidding me?
So now I'm picturing pulling up to Mike Senior's house, and he's got the gates, and the gates open up slowly, and on both gates is the logo of the family.
Yes.
And it's just like, oh wow, we're definitely at the right place.
That's 100% accurate.
Oh, except it's got to be green, right? It's got to be Notre Dame, not black gates, green gates.
Yes.
You have Golic doing
Gold
that.
gates.
For sure.
Gold gates, green emblems.
Gold gates, right. The juniors get the green.
But this is like a Midwestern family. These are Mike Golic is a man of the people. He doesn't have logos on gates.
He's got logo, period. The family has a logo, period. That's not a man
All
of
right,
the people.
Stugotz. He's got a logo on his custom
shield.
golf cart. How about that?
That he lost.
Yeah.
He was hammered.
I remember that.
Didn't you walk in after that, after the lost golf cart? Was there a time, do I have this correct, Jess, where you were walking into the Golic house and Shane Gillis was there just hanging around?
Yes. I don't know if that was the same day they lost the golf cart, but yes, that was after the Notre Dame Indiana playoff game. I was staying at their house like in the basement, which is the size of like a normal house. And I walked in and Shane Gillis was there with like Kyle Rudolph and a couple other of like Gojo's friends. And it was so awkward. He started talking. I don't know if he knew I worked in media because he said a bunch of stuff about like College Game Day that like he probably wouldn't want me to repeat, but It was very funny.
Say it on the ESPYs. I mean,
did Shane Gillis give you a little shoulder push off when he hugged you? Oh, it's a different guy. Never mind.
Oh, good one. I got you. SGA.
He was just gonna keep making that until somebody knows.
someone.
I was like shoulder put. No.
I'm glad Jess did because he would have kept going for it.
I went in to give him a hug and a ref came out of nowhere and blew the whistle. It was crazy.
See, there she is. Yes, Andy.
All right, let's get to some NBA news, Izzy, because a lot is happening here. We'll get back to Chicago in just a second here. But the Celtics making all kinds of deals, right? So Porzingis is gone. Drew Holiday went to the Blazers. They pick up Anthony Simons from the Blazers. They get 2 second-round picks. What are the Celtics doing here?
What do you do when you have to cough on this show?
We don't have a cough button. You just cough. You let it fly.
Look over there, everyone.
Okay. That was Izzy coughing.
That was me. Thank you.
Okay.
So the Celtics, I think it's funny because everybody thought they were going to make a Jaylen Brown trade and get rid of him. And it's just like, no, we're probably going to stick to that core and just get rid of those pieces that we brought in to win the championship because we can probably bring those pieces back another time. So Kristaps Porzingis, all right, see you later. Drew Holiday, rewind, you're back in Portland for that one part of the trade last time. And I think it's probably the best way to go for them, right? The fans don't have this crazy attachment to those guys as much as they do to Jaylen and Jason Tatum, et cetera. And I also think there's like you're admitting something. Even though they won a championship together, you're admitting that those two maybe shouldn't be together or aren't the perfect pairing. And so if you break them up. So I like the fact that they're keeping the guys that they drafted together.
They're kind of saying Tatum's not going to be right for a year. Mm-hmm. So these pieces, by the time Tatum's right and we have a chance to win a championship again, these guys are going to be a year older.
Yeah, and it gets them underneath the luxury tax, at least the second apron. It might get them under the first one overall. They've got Anthony Simons there who – I don't know how many people watched him play in Portland, but he's really exciting, and he does what Celtics love is shoots a shit ton of threes. So, I mean, it's interesting, sort of, but like the big moves are really what everybody's waiting for. So the Giannis stuff, like that might still happen.
Jess, I love that the NBA draft is tonight, and the Knicks still don't have a head coach.
I mean, I sort of thought about it today, and I was like, yeah, I guess they still haven't done that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the season came and went, and now it's draft time.
I was kind of, Izzy, I was thinking about this because if I'm the Knicks, first off, I keep Tom Thibodeau. Secondly, I'm not certain I'd try to make a big splash here in free agency. And the reason I say that is the Pacers were close to beating Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is the NBA champions. The Knicks were close to beating the Pacers. Like, the Knicks are right there. If not for that Halliburton shot in game one, maybe the Knicks beat the Pacers and certainly have a shot in the NBA Finals. And so I actually think the Knicks core is good enough as constructed.
Yeah, but then they're going to, no matter who they bring in, going to be downgrading the coaching position now, right? Because and whoever they bring in, I think it was Legs that was saying it yesterday, he's waiting for the press conference to say, this eighth choice, he's our guy.
Yes.
And so it was when they made the rash decision 3 days after their season was over, I think everybody looked at each other and was like, is this necessary? Like, I could understand people blaming Tom Thibodeau for some sort of tactical error, but to admit that he is the problem and immediately make it obvious and fire him 3 days later without an obvious plan, it goes to show you, probably James Dolan was stepping in there, and it goes to show you that they didn't really have a plan, and now they're just going to be stuck in the air with a coach who's not as good as Tom Thibodeau.
Jess, I don't know if you saw, but on Around the Horn yesterday, Brian Windhorst was on.
There's no way Around the Horn was yesterday because that show ended in May.
Not Around the Horn.
Brian Windhorst had never
Fine.
been on Around the
That's
Horn.
a fine.
That's a fun, big fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
PTI.
I mean, the show's dead.
PTI.
That's like a $50 fine for bringing a show from the dead.
Right. So Windhorst was on.
Windhorst was on PTI.
Was on PTI, yes.
He was on the sports reporters. Yes, what did he say?
Stump the Schwab.
He was on PTI, and he was doing the Windhorst fingers thing, being like, the Knicks aren't giving up on Jason Kidd yet. All the other coaches that the Knicks tried to talk to have gotten contract extensions from their respective teams. Jason Kidd still hasn't really gotten one from the Mavericks. And then he was like, but why? But why?
I mean, but why? What is the holdup then?
The Knicks.
The Knicks. It sounds like the Knicks haven't closed that door with Jason Kidd.
The
Okay.
holdup would be Jason Kidd just having a wandering eye. Just Jason Kidd being like, all right, I came here for Luka. Luka's not here. What am I going to do with Cooper Flagg and Anthony Davis and, a 70%?
I don't know. Coach and try to win. I mean,
I feel like if I were him, I would be excited by Cooper Flagg, though. Like, why would you want to leave that? I know they just extended Kyrie also yesterday. But
No, I would
don't
be
know.
too, but I also wouldn't mind going to the Eastern Conference
Right.
to a team that was pretty
Yeah.
much close to the top of it while it's getting weaker. Like that seems to be the only thing that would keep Jason Kidd from being locked in. If the Mavericks want him locked in, well, it would be Jason keeping it from happening.
Mikey, I heard that sound. What was that sound? I heard it. I have to follow the sound whenever he makes that sound.
No, it's just, why wouldn't you want to go to the Eastern Conference where it's just going to be so much easier? Why put all that pressure on you in the Western Conference?
So if you're Jason Kidd, you would rather coach the Knicks?
If you have the best season in like franchise history, you might still get fired. I guess that would be why you wouldn't want to go, or you have to deal with James Dolan, or whatever. I mean, there are definitely still issues with the Knicks roster and what they gave up for Bridges and all of that sort of thing. But they, like, to your point, I mean, the pros are Halliburton's out next year, Tatum's out next year. You're going to be playing against a good Cavs team, probably good Magic team, but you're sort of right up there.
What's the ceiling for both of these spots is really what it comes down to. What's the ceiling?
Israel?
And what's the expectation?
Israeli, I like this. A new segment. Yes.
I'm looking at
well done, Mikey.
A healthy Sixers team matching up with the Knicks, and it's a nightmare because you've got, ideally when they're at their best, Cat's playing the 5.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you've got him defending Joel Embiid
if he's healthy.
And you've got Jalen Brunson defending Tyrese Maxey.
Right.
And those are two minus defenders on two very good offensive players. Like right now, I would say if those guys are healthy, huge if. I'd favor the Sixers, not even knowing how they're finalizing their roster.
But you agree with them where the Eastern Conference is the conference you want to be in, right?
Yeah, of course. But then, like, Orlando's going to be a really annoying bleeping team to play against, right? They're going to be defensively great. Cavaliers are still going to be playing hard with something to prove. The Knicks are still going to be there. Boston's still going to be good. They're not going to be 60 wins good, but they're still going to be good. So it's not going to be a cakewalk. The Pistons are one move away from being, top 3 or 4 in the East easily. I don't think it's going to be as easy as everybody thinks.
We have some sound here from one of the Cronkies. I don't know which Cronky it is. Did a press conference yesterday.
Cronk it up.
And somehow brought up out of nowhere the possibility of them trading the best player in the world.
I think that for us as an organization, going into that second apron is not necessarily something that we're scared of. I think that there are rules around it that we needed to be very careful of with our injury history. The wrong person gets injured, and very quickly you're into a scenario where that I never want to have to contemplate, and that's trading number 15. We're very conscious of that pushing forward, and providing the resources that we can when the moment arrives. But that second apron, is it a hard cap? I'm not 100% sure, but it's something that teams are obviously very aware of going forward.
Izzy, why bring that up?
I mean, Stu, sometimes...
Does he think Jokic doesn't know his own number, by the way? He was trying to sneak one past him, number 15.
If I wake up tomorrow morning and I can't feel my legs, I'm going to have to make a really hard decision about whether I want to cut them off or not. And I think about that every single day. It's so dumb. It's so ridiculous. Like, why are we trying to give Aaron Gordon an injury that says, oh, man, now I got to trade Nikola Jokic? Like, why are we creating these hypotheticals out of nowhere? Like, creating a straw man that will just completely blow apart your entire organization. Yeah, that's what I want to do at a season-ending press conference. It's so stupid.
I feel like he did the thing that, like, sometimes people, even in media, do, where you're like, you have an intrusive thought and you're like, don't say that thing out loud, but then you run out of things to say, so the intrusive thought wins and you just blurt it out.
He just started going
Been
down
there.
that path. I've been down that path so many times where I'm just like, I should just stop talking. Just stop talking and be like, all right, they're going to know what happened. I'll just stop.
I did make a living off of it. A great living off of things, just simply because we ran out of time and I was scared of the dead air. I mean, gotta fill time. Jess, you're so how's Liam doing, by the way?
Liam's doing great.
Okay, I asked that because
Liam Neeson over there.
I don't know what happened there. I have no idea. I'm laughing. I'm just laughing in general. I'm still laughing about Billy and a 3-story Starbucks and Taylor taking the recommendation. That would have been useful back when we were recording God Bless Football. I didn't know you actually went there with your girlfriend. Yeah. But you were complaining about your boyfriend doing something stupid, to which I responded, we all do something stupid. We're a bunch of idiots. So what happened?
This was really dumb. Last night, he was walking our dog at 11:30 p.m., and apparently she yanked his hand, and he was holding his phone in his hand, and his phone flew straight into a huge drain, a storm drain on the side of the road, went straight down. He said he heard it go like 8 feet down underground and splash into like a pool of water. And then he comes back into the house and he's like, I did something really stupid. And I was like, are you okay? And he's like, I dropped my phone down the storm drain, so I don't have a phone anymore.
Classic
And I was
Liam.
like, "Ah, Jesus Christ.
Right.
Like,
I've seen somebody.
Well,
do
no,
that.
and he wants Jess to fix it all.
Yeah. Do you have that really long stick with the sticky thing on the end so that I can go down the? I saw
Or
somebody.
how do I get a new phone, Joseph?
I saw somebody do that outside of a store I was at, and it was like a college-age kid, and he was freaking out in the way you would expect it. Oh my God! And like everybody in the parking lot, I was like, "What happened?" Everybody's coming to help him, and then like it wasn't until there was about 13 people around him that he goes, "My phone just fell down the drain," and everybody's like, "Are you serious, man?" And everybody just
This is
cleared
not
out
an
in a heartbeat.
emergency.
It's not
Yeah.
an emergency. He found the
This
first
is
person
not-
that he could with a neon vest, and is like, "Can you help me with this?" And the guy's like, "How the hell am I supposed? I'm supposed to like
right. Like,
sweep
what
the
are you
hallway."
supposed to do?
Right. Well,
I mean,
what did he want you to do? I mean,
I just sat there. I was like, "Do you have Apple Care?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Order a new phone online right now." And he did.
Right.
But anyways, this guy is out kayaking like 24/7. He's fishing all the time. And does he drop his phone in the water while he's fishing on his kayak? No, he does it while he's walking our freaking dog like randomly at night. It's
I feel
just
like
so
we're being a bit
stupid.
harsh on him. I mean, it's an accident. It happens, you know? Sometimes you drop your phone and there's a drain and it goes down the drain. What can you do?
He said I am allowed to make fun of him on air whenever I want. So I feel like this is fair game.
I'm trying to help him out and defend him because we're all dopes.
He's
I
a
mean,
fisherman.
He likes
so
the attention.
he's probably caught
Does he?
fish, has hung on to a fish really tight and not let it flop away into the ocean. But his phone, no.
Exactly.
Great.
Jess, was Golic mad that me and Mikey A and Billy promised to be at his charity golf tournament and didn't show up again?
I don't think he thought about you at all, Stugotz.
Man, that
even a little
that
bit.
really hurts, you know? I got to be honest.
Yeah.
Mikey, I imagine like Golic being crushed every year we don't show up. I do. Yeah.
Nope, I don't think he cares at all. I don't think I mean, we could have been there and he wouldn't have noticed. We could tell him we were there and he'd been like, "Oh yeah, thanks for coming."
Next year's
I-
our year, man.
I think he'd be so stressed
Sure.
out if you guys showed up.
Really? You think Golic doesn't want us at the golf tournament?
This is a very well-run event, okay?
Right.
They have every year they have this like big silent auction. They have this presentation with an auctioneer on stage. They have all these former Notre Dame quarterbacks, big heavy hitter NFL players showing up. They're doing all these things with them. Marcus Freeman comes every year. They have a bunch of current players that show up. And then they have the next day this big golf event where, you know, there's this very specific number of seats. And if you don't show up, it's a problem, right? So I think he would be pretty stressed out if you guys floated into South Bend for the weekend and tried to do whatever you would do there.
There are definitely people that Golic does not want us talking to at that event. And if we were talking to them, he's watching from across the room and trying to figure out how to get that person away from us.
Really? Darius
And by
Rucker?
us, I mean you.
Right, Darius Rucker? I mean,
Darius Rucker, Marcus Freeman,
Right.
like on air Marcus Freeman is like, okay, he's there to like help us out.
Marcus
but, like,
Freeman loves me,
one-on-one
man. What are you
conversation,
talking about?
Yeah, he loves on air you. We'll see what happens if it was
No, he's-
one-on-one.
Face to
Mikey,
face me
he's-
is a totally different person. You're right.
He's a charmer. Marcus is like he's always in recruiting mode. He would be hamming it up with Stugotz, I think.
So is
but
Stugotz.
but at an arm's length. Like I think he'd be like have his eyes on the exit like he needs an
At
out,
the
you
Heisman
know?
Trophy.
How's his hair in person? Is it as dark as it looks on TV?
I was staring at his super shiny tennis necklace that he was
Ooh,
wearing the whole
necklace.
time
Could've
we
gone
were
anywhere with
talking.
the end of that
So
sentence.
beautiful diamond necklace.
Of the Notre Dame quarterbacks, which one were you most excited to see?
Ian Book.
What?
I love Ian. I talked to him for like 2 hours. I haven't seen him since I was in college. He's great. I love him. This is the first year in the tournament, and I told him I was doing a blind ranking with Golic a week ago on God Bless Football, and I put him number 9.
How do you
He was
take
like,
that?
he's like, I don't understand any of the words you just said. What?
What era was Ian Book?
He was the quarterback for the 2 playoff teams in 2018 and 2020. So like 2 of the best, I guess 2 of the best 3 seasons, last season being the best one of
can't even-
probably.
Izzy, it was one of
last
those eras
12
where they
years.
didn't win a national championship. You know, one of those.
So mine.
Yeah, but he played for like 4 years. He has like every record. He won a shit ton of games. Like he's
Right, I
don't
know.
know.
He's
But
your
we're
favorite.
rehashing God Bless Football now. But he's a really nice guy.
Was Sam Hartman there?
No, not this year.
What?
But there was a Sam Hartman signed Commanders jersey in the silent auction, and it was like Sam Hartman, Irish for life. And I was like, wow, Wake Forest fans shaking in their boots right now.
How much did that jersey go for? Come on.
I don't know, probably a couple grand. I think
What?
the silent auction's still open if you want it, Stugotz.
Huh.
I could see the winning bid right now for the Sam Hartman signed jersey is $290.
Oh, okay.
That's less
Get
than
in there.
retail.
Sam can't feel good about that. He really put himself
What
out
size?
there, though.
It's frame size, Mikey A.
Whatever size it is, it'd be a small on Izzy.
Did it pull in the least, or was there something that got less?
I'm looking right now. Golf with Mike Golic, $3,001.
Really? I mean, I could play for free. So
Jess, did you put any bids to anything in the auction?
No, but I think my dad might have gotten a piece of art or something like that.
like when you're involved in an auction, right? Don't you like to just put your hand up once, like just at the very beginning?
Oh,
just
it's
so you can-
terrifying.
right, but just so you can say you're in the game, you know someone's going to outbid you, you know?
Stugotz, they have this auction, like professional auctioneer guy go up and he's like going once, going twice, like he's doing the whole thing,
Right.
like horse racing style. And there's like some, trip to Cabo that's going for like 12 grand. And I was talking to someone and I put my hand up like an expression and I look, I'm like, oh no, not me. I'm not bidding on this $12,000 trip to Cabo. Ended up going for like 30 grand or something.
Do you think the guy who put his hand up at 290 for the Sam Hartman jersey thought he was actually going to get stuck with the Sam Hartman jersey?
You guys are being way too mean to Sam Hartman right now. I will not stand for
We
it.
weren't being mean. Those bidding in the auction were being mean. I've seen like 2 items that have gone for less than the Sam Hartman.
No,
signed jersey.
there's a good amount.
Okay.
Mike McGlinchey,
Who?
Mike
Ronnie.
McGlinchey. He's like one of the
McGlinchey,
top
yeah.
offensive linemen in the NFL.
That's a jersey I might fit into.
Ronnie Staley, Julian Love, Drew Tranquil,
How much did these things go for?
235 to 275 range.
Was Golf with Golic the most expensive?
I can't find the
Sounds
vacation.
like a Cabo trip went pretty well.
There was a Shane Gillis and Zach Bryan club level
That's right.
ticket.
Yeah, there's
very
a Notre Dame
expensive.
football weekend that went for higher. There's a couple things.
An
that went
NFL draft weekend.
Huh.
Oh, they raised a lot
in
of money.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I should bid on that one.
You should. You should have. Steelers or Bears? Who's going to have a better season, Jess?
Oh God.
For those of you who
I mean,
don't know, Jess is both a Steelers fan and a Bears fan. It's ridiculous.
I'm like a bandwagon Bears fan though. I feel like maybe they could be pretty even. I guess I'll go with Steelers just because they at least have made the playoffs in the last decade multiple times, and the Bears have only done it like once.
Jess, where does Aaron Rodgers rank on your list of athletes that I have to grudgingly cheer for, or guys that I really didn't want on my team, but now I have to deal with this?
Yeah, he's pretty close to the top of the list. But, I mean, he just also is, like, doing the thing where he will say stuff at every press conference right now that's, like, easily disprovable. Like, oh, when I retire, like, I don't want to be in the public eye. And it's like, you wanted to be the Jeopardy host, like, 2 years ago. What are you talking about? Like, you do weekly appearances on ESPN. Like, of course you want to be. You did a documentary in the offseason about, like, doing
Bad
ayahuasca.
one.
Right.
So, I don't
was
know. I
saying this
feel like I'm already
before.
exhausted by it.
Jess,
Izzy.
like right after he just made the decision or announced the decision, that I think it's more likely he doesn't finish the season. And I don't mean injury. I just mean for any reason. It's more likely that he doesn't finish the season than they make a deep playoff run, especially now that he's like verbally discussing the retirement thing. And this might be his last year. Like he's thinking that way. It's going to be a new team. I don't know physically where he's at, but you know, he did everything on his own, obviously, because he wasn't at the voluntary stuff. So I just don't know if it's going to work out, even with him finishing the season as a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Right, like if they start 1-5, is he just like gonna be hurt and just sort of like not play? I don't know. I think unless he's actually injured, he'll probably play the whole season. Like even last year on the Jets, like they were really bad, and like some
He
of
was
his
good.
better games were towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he was good, but
He was good,
I don't
Jess.
know.
Last 10 games of the season, Aaron Rodgers was good. I mean, listen, we have a low bar with the New York Jets, but I think the last 10 games was the best stretch a New York Jet quarterback has ever had over 10 games. I mean, seriously.
All right. Well, if only they meant something. I don't know, Izzy. He's not like
depressing
he's
me.
not a
Sorry,
criminal, but he just is like a not like great guy to cheer for. personality-wise, I would say.
Oh, and he got married too, so that's another thing to distract.
Allegedly. I mean, do we even really know?
No,
It's so weird.
We
It'd
don't.
be like he would be
I'm
the type that
exhausted.
comes up and be like, yeah, I married my dog. It was a
Right.
great ceremony.
He's exhausted, Jess. You're
We
right.
love
He
each
is. But you'll be
other.
rooting for that guy if he takes your team to the Super Bowl. You will be.
I'll be rooting for the defense.
Married my lamppost.
Can we? She wants to win 10-3 with a defensive
10
touchdown.
is a bit much. 9
That's
to 3
Pittsburgh
is
Steelers
fine.
football.
All right, Mikey, I am told that Taylor Fuentes has a game for us. So let's let's
What
go
you got
over.
for us, Mikey?
I am very nervous about this. Taylor is going to lead us here through a game. Go ahead, Taylor.
Yeah, I was so excited for this segment. I can't believe I said around the horn still. Now I'm
I can't
rattled.
believe you went to Starbucks. I mean,
Now I'm rattled. I just want to get this segment over with. It's the game is called Hand Up,
Okay.
where we go around the room.
huh?
You say hand up,
Right.
blank, and you're just getting something
You're
off
playing
your chest.
defense.
Yes,
Okay.
you're getting
Oh,
something
no.
off your chest. I've got music for it.
You do.
Okay.
So do we start with our hands up or?
He just wanted to play the music. He just wanted to get through the
Sounds like
explanation as
a
quick as
Mario
possible.
Brothers, like one of
Yeah.
the
Sounds like the culture club.
The intro screen.
Mario
Mario
Kart.
Kart.
Mario
Yeah.
Kart.
Like,
I
pick
believe
your
it's
Mario
stage
Kart.
screen.
I believe
Yeah.
it's Diddy Kong Racing.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay. So what do we
What?
do again?
Okay.
Okay, I can go first. Hand up.
Yep, you got it.
Wait,
you
wait,
got
I'm
it.
still confused by the rule
Right,
because
it's
hand
not
up,
a
I think I'm
game.
playing defense.
Right,
Like
right.
Stu's
No, no,
about
you'll-
to say something,
It's
and I'm
not
like,
hand down, man down. It's hand up.
Okay.
okay.
You'll get it, Izzy.
right,
Hand
all
up.
Okay.
I was a big hater on Liam's fishing and fishing in general and didn't think it was that great. I went fishing yesterday and I caught a huge fish, a keeper, and now I kind of see the appeal. Fishing's kind of fun.
You're hooked.
Did
Hand
you
up.
eat it yet?
Hey.
We're eating it tonight. Lee,
Nice.
I watched Lee fillet this. It was disgusting, actually. So he like gutted it, drained all its blood on the boat,
Yep.
and then he was like sticking his hands inside this thing, pulled the bait fish, like a little pogie, out of its stomach lining. It was disgusting. A whole fish. Took all these like different like organs and sacks out of it. Oh, it was disgusting. And then he put it in our cooler, and
Does-
now we're gonna eat it
Does
tonight.
Liam do the thing where he like kills them in a certain way so that they're not stressed, so that they taste even like that there's a way to kill the fish so that like their stress doesn't like go through all their body when they're dying and it actually makes the meat better? Does that sound like it makes sense to you?
I thought that was for mammals. Is that for fish also?
I've only heard it for fish.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I'll ask Liam. But hand up, fishing's fun when you actually catch stuff. That's my hand up for
Mikey
today.
A.
Hand up.
hand up.
I thought the Knicks. I did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
He's
I'm
got his
sorry.
hand up.
I'm sorry. I didn't see your
You have to
hand.
keep
I'm
it up.
sorry. I didn't see it up.
You got to keep it up the whole time.
All right, sorry. Hand up. I thought the Knicks had a plan when they got rid of Tom Thibodeau. I was sure big things were coming, and it was apparent probably 2 days in that they weren't. I told everybody that this was going to be one of those hires, and unfortunately, it is going to be one of those hires, just not in the way I thought it was going to be. Hand up. I was wrong on the Knicks.
I like that one. I'll go.
It's your game. I mean,
Hand up.
yeah.
I said I'd never wear Crocs. They're
Right.
now my favorite pair of shoes.
They're comfy.
Oh,
They're comfy.
Yes.
They
sport
are.
mode or sandal
Always,
mode?
always in sport mode.
Listen, you're going
Okay.
to arrive at an age where you just don't care what you look like in public. I'm there, okay? And so that's what was
Been
keeping
there.
you from wearing the Crocs. I know.
I'm still a little confused by the game. Is it like
I know.
sports opinions you were
don't
wrong
know.
on? Is
You
it
could go
something?
No, it's like you're
Anywhere.
admitting you were wrong about
okay.
something.
admitting
go
you were
anywhere.
wrong about something.
Right. Like
Okay.
I was wrong about fishing. It's fun if you're actually good at it. I get it now.
Okay, hand up.
Okay, go.
Izzy.
Wow.
One time when I worked at ESPN in Los Angeles, I brought a stripper to work with me. I probably shouldn't have. Hand up.
I feel like we need
I don't
to
know.
expand on that.
That's all we need to, right? That's it?
You know what? We can leave it at that.
I mean, we can ask a follow-up question. I'm here for follow-up questions. I
Well,
just don't know if you need any.
Speaking
You're
of
just like
strippers,
admitting an HR violation.
Was
That's
it
not
though?
exactly the
Wait.
case.
Why was
you
his
have us
job
having
important?
HR. I mean, Taylor's legal.
No.
Why was his job important? Why couldn't I just bring a friend to work?
Show me where that's in the handbook. You can't.
Exactly. You know how I justified it? I said to myself, you know what? and I just picked a name out of thin air. Jalen Rose probably did this once, so I'm okay.
Wait, so what? It was just your friend who his profession is stripping.
No, I met him at a strip club.
He wasn't there stripping though. He wasn't in
he
a
was.
Velcro cop costume.
He
I
was not in a
assume.
Velcro.
You met him at the
anything.
strip club.
Okay.
So
the
I had a
details are
friend-
important
I have
here.
a friend who.
This is the one that you thought you were. This is
No,
like we've
see-
all been to the strip club. I'm like, she's gonna marry me.
No. So I have a friend who likes strip clubs more than I do, and he happened to be in LA at the same time. And we went to a strip club, and I walked in, and I was like, all right, great, we're here. And then there was this one stripper who went in my ear, and he said, I can't believe it. It's the worst thing you could possibly say to me. He said, I know exactly who the fuck you are. And I was just like, I'm going to run out the door. Like, I honestly, I don't want to hear that. And then, he ended up being a nice person, and then we ended up chatting, and then we ended up going to my hotel room, and then I realized, oh, you're straight. This is crazy. I don't know what's going on. You're just really into ESPN. I was like, you want to come to work with me tomorrow?
He wanted basketball opinions.
No, it was so crazy. It was so crazy. And then, we were just friends from that point on, and I just took him to bed, and, I have a picture in my phone of him on the Around the Horn set. It's funny.
Are you sure it wasn't PTI?
I'm sure.
I can't believe I said that.
I don't think you're playing the game right, but that was a better story
What?
than
It's
I think
sports related,
we were
right?
expecting.
I don't think I'm playing the game
ashamed.
right.
I'm not certain what the fuck the game is.
Okay, fine. I didn't think James Harden was going to be very good. Is that what you want? Is that what we want?
Better.
Stugotz, take us home.
Speaking of strippers,
Hey,
hand up.
where is this going? Male or female strippers?
Female.
Okay, that's not what we were speaking of.
When early in my marriage, I would go to strip clubs.
Oh God.
And what I would do 2, 3, 4 in the morning on the way home is I would stop at a gas station and I would douse myself with gasoline to get the smell of the stripper and the strip club off of me so my wife wouldn't suspect anything.
Doused in gasoline. A little
Yeah,
while.
none in the tank.
then you'd
just
light a
all over me.
cigarette.
Yes. Inside my car. No gas in the car, just gas on me. And my wife recently told me every time you came home smelling like gasoline, I knew you were at the strip club. And so I'm putting my hand up and saying, gas station, dousing yourself in gasoline to give off that you weren't at a strip club.
Yeah.
Probably not the best idea.
I want to set myself on fire when I go to female strip clubs, too.
The glitter body butter might have given you away too, Stugotz.
Also, what was the thought with the gasoline? You're just drenched.
I smell
You
like
just
perfume.
smell like shit instead of smelling like a
I
woman.
smell like a strip club. I mean,
Honey, why is it that you do not know how to pump gas at 2 in the morning? It happens every week.
I actually use that excuse. I'm like, at the end, the gas just goes
Friday
flying
night?
out, right? I'm like, it got all over me.
I'm originally from New Jersey.
Again.
I don't know how to do this.
Or Oregon.
I thought this game went well.
I mean,
I don't know.
Let's do it again
I
next
still
week.
don't know the rules, but
Right.
I'd love to learn how to play it, and then
Right. You just put your hand up. Stupid.
Wow.
Taylor, all this game made me want to do is play Mario Kart.
It's a great song.
Made me want to put my hand up and use it to punch you in the face.
hand up. I suck at Mario Kart. Terrible.